What is up, guys, and welcome back to episode 2 of Mastering the Market. Now, this is my free online course on how I trade Forex from the very start to the very beginning. Now, if you did miss the first episode, I recommend going back to watch that now. We cover everything to do with the basics of the market and all the stuff that you need to know before I teach you my strategy and how we actually trade in the markets. But without further ado, let's get into it. So today is going to be our technical analysis basics. So this means I'm going to teach you the start of how we analyze the charts. I'm basically going to teach you the key terms and what I use day in, day out that makes me money in Forex. Now, the first topic we need to cover is what is support and resistance. Now, support and resistance is what I use to trade and what we use to understand where the market might go following a movement in price. Now, I've got a Euro USD chart open here. And what I'm going to do is show you the way that I find my support and resistance levels. So we're going to be using this horizontal line tool over here. This is going to be one of the key tools that we use in the market. Now, we're going to start, just for an example, by using the 1 hour. That is just going to be the easiest at the moment. We are going to, later on in the episodes, maybe down the line, episode 3, 4, or 5, we will tell you exactly how to use these in relation to the strategy. But right now, all I want you to be able to do is to be able to find the correct support and resistance levels and do that over and over on pairs until you are comfortable. Now, later on in the episode, I will be giving you some homework to go away and do. Don't get scared, it's not like school homework, but some little tasks to do that are going to help you get good at this and help you become a good support and resistance trader. So, support and resistance lines are essentially areas where we have rejected in the past on the charts and that we are expecting to reject off of again. So, how do we actually find these levels now? Finding support and resistance levels is easier than expected, to be honest. What I would say is we need to look for the areas where price has rejected and bounced off of the most. So, if we're looking at this chart now, we can see where have we rejected before. Well, we rejected at this area here. We've rejected at this area here. And if we look to the left of the chart, which we'll be doing a lot, we have rejected at this area here. Now, I'm sure if we keep going back, you can see that we've rejected, here and here as well. But that is fine. We will look left later on when I teach you the strategy a lot more. But because of that, you can see that we have a rejection area at the same level pretty much. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick my rejection level right here. This is going to be the resistance for price just now. And the little key tip is that we always place these levels on the body of the candle. So I'm never placing it on the wick like this up here, always on the body of the candle. So we're going to put that level there. And because these levels are not exact, they're not, set in stone, what I'm going to do is I am going to do a little rectangle like this that I've got on extend left and right, just to make the line a little bit thicker so that we know if we are closing above this rectangle, we're clearly closing above the support and resistance levels. Now, as you can see, we are approaching that level here at the moment, and that's fine. Obviously, I'm not trading at the moment, so I'm not worried about whether or not we close above. But let's look for some more, just to give you some more examples. Obviously, another key rejection level that I can see right here to the upside is we have rejections right here again, one here, another one here, and if we did look left over and over, so we have one here and here. So what I'm going to do again is I'm going to go and put this level on to where our rejection zone is. Now, you might see here that it's a little bit choppy and it doesn't look the best. So a simple rule that I say is if it looks clean and it looks the best, that is probably the legitimate line. So what we are going to do, since it's going to look a little bit better if we can just move this level up a little bit here, that's what we're going to do. We're going to move that up so that it makes more sense. And now we know that if we do close above this level here, we aren't going to bounce off like we have done at this point here. Another little key tip for you is when you are moving your levels to make it look clearer and make sure we avoid any rejection areas that are just above, we can never move it closer to price. We never move the levels closer to price, we always move it further away. And that's just to be safer so that we don't get caught in any rejection zones that are closer to price. Hopefully that makes sense to you guys. So those are our resistance levels. Remember, if they are above price equals resistance, and below price is going to equal our support line. So let's plot our next support line. Where are we going to be looking? Now, I'm sure you see the main level right here. The main rejection that we have at this point is this area down here at 108.365. Let's look left again to see if that is a clear area. We're going to see we have many rejections at this level again. We have one here, and a couple over here. But this level is quite far away from price at the moment. So what we are going to do is we're going to look left again and find one that's a little bit closer to where price is, so that maybe we can catch some closures closer to that level. So as you see, we have some clear rejections over here. 1, 2, 3, and there's obviously a lot more. I'm not going to plot them, but what we'll do then is we'll plot our line on this level here, and then again we're going to see that there are some rejection areas here just below the line. So we're going to pull this level down just a little bit, and there you go. That is how essentially I find my support and resistance levels. Hopefully that makes sense to you guys. Pretty easy to do. As you can see, we are coming back above this level now, so very simple. And hopefully you are going to be able to do that after this lesson. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop up on the screen right now a list of pairs that I want you to go away and do exactly what I've just done on here on the different pairs. So there should be a list on the screen right now. Go and type those pairs into your trading view like this. Find the pair and start to plot the levels on it. Hopefully that makes sense to you guys, chat. And if you can do that homework, if you pop into my Discord channel, link in the description below, you pop into that Discord and show me you're working on that one, I'll definitely help you out and I'll answer any questions that you do have. Cool, so now I'm going to teach you the way that we trade with these levels. So the strategy that we use is called breakout trading. So we are breakout traders as well as price action traders, but I will get to the price action bit in another episode, probably the next episode to be honest. But now we're going to deal with the breakout trading aspect. So what is breakout trading? Well, it's as simple as it seems, right? All we need to look at is whether or not we have broken out of any of these levels. So this is a very simplified version, but essentially what we will be looking for is we will be looking for this next candle to come and close above our next resistance level like this. Once we do that, we'll be looking to take trades to continue upwards, because once we break out of an area, it is likely that price is going to continue up to the next level. Or if we were in sales, vice versa, right? If we did break below this level, it would be likely that we are continue to drive down and fill that next range. Now obviously there are some criteria. We don't just wait for a candle to close outside and then instantly take the trade. That is a little bit too simple, but don't worry, I will be talking to you about all of that and the entry criteria and how to find an entry in the following episodes. But for now, all you need to know is that we are setting up our levels like this in the morning when we first start trading, and then once that happens, we wait for a breakout like this, and once our entry forms, we'll be taking the trade going forwards. Good. Now I'm going to teach you a few more key terms. So I want to teach you what take profit and stop loss means. So with that, this is what we're going to use for our position sizing once we are getting in trades. So you have your long position, which is buys, and your short position, which is sells. So this essentially shows us where we're going to be putting our stop loss and our take profit. Now let's imagine that we are getting into a long position right now on this top of this candle just here. Purely an example, nothing to do with our strategy, but let's say our stop loss is over here and our take profit is the next top of this range. Now this is going to indicate to us where we need to put our orders when we do get onto our broker terminal, which I will be teaching you again in the next lesson. But this line right here is going to be what is called our stop loss, and that means that once price reaches that level on the charts, we are automatically going to be closed out of the trade. The broker will close the trade itself once we've set our stop loss, and that is to minimize risk. This is a risk management tool that we do use in order to stop ourselves from losing too much capital or risking too much of our portfolio. Now this line up here to the top side, this is going to be called our take profit. Now a take profit is essentially the opposite of a stop loss, right? This is what we use to secure our profits. So it is also a risk management tool, but in a positive way. Once price does reach up to this level, what we're going to do is we're going to be taking profit right there, and the market will automatically take us out with our money intact. So once we have understood that, we need to look at the other numbers that we have on our chart. Now this is going to give you some key information here. So now the next thing we need to understand is the numbers on this tool here and what they mean. So since we are trading Euro USD, we need to look at this number and understand that this take profit now is 7.7 pips and our stop loss is now 5.2 pips. Now here's where something called RR comes into the equation. Essentially, that means the risk to reward ratio, as we've got here. So the risk to reward ratio in this case is 1.48 or 1.5 to round up. That means for every unit we risk, we are gaining 1.5 units. So we have a positive risk to reward in this example, but some trades may be a negative RR, so they may be 0.6, it could be whatever. But essentially, you need to understand that that is how much capital you are risking. So for example, if we risked $100 on this trade, since it is a 1.26 risk to reward, we would then be gaining $126 from a take profit on this winning trade. Pretty simple, right? So that should make sense to all of you. So that is going to conclude it for today's lesson, chat. That was episode 2 of Mastering the Market. Now, I hope you did get some value out of that. If you did get some good value out of that episode and you learned some things today, then please drop a like and subscribe. I appreciate it very, very much. And in the next episode, I'm going to be teaching you how we find our entries and actually some of the nuances for the strategy. We're going to build it up slowly over time so that you do understand how we work, how we make money trading, and all of that good stuff. But remember, pop into the Discord. I will answer any questions that you have in the Discord too. The link is in the description. Here is the list again of the pairs I want you to chart up. So I want you to find as many of the resistance and support levels as you like, and I will check them for you to see if you have charted your levels properly. Other than that, guys, catch you later. Leave a like and subscribe, and I appreciate you all very much.